Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm back. Well, sort of. It is sad to be back like this during these days where there's a lot of things happen. I want to cover all this, but I have my own stuff to deal with, family stuff that needs my attention. So I've been away for a while, and I'm gonna let you know that maybe somewhere in the video. But right now, I want to get straight to the point. So today is September 11th. I remember the day that it happened where America was being attacked. And I remember seeing the Twin Tower collapse right in front of my eyes. Well, right in front of the television screen because at the time, I live in California, and I was in school, high school, and all of a sudden we're doing like schoolwork, and the teacher just, kind of barge into the classroom and tell every other teacher, hey, turn on your TV. You need to see this. Everybody needs to see this. And, like we're all there. We saw it. We saw what happened to this country, and we're being attacked. From whom at the time? Everybody have questions. Even me. I was in high school. Who cares? This is just politics. And I see a lot of people just vanish out of thin air. Uh, the reason I say out of thin air because 1 second you see the building, the next second is like it's all gone. It's not there anymore. Vanish. Thousands of lives gone. It was really sad. It was a sad day. We can all feel it. It was a gloomy day, even though we don't get into politics, but it's an attack on our nations. That's that is our fellow countrymen. It could be your relative up there. It could be your loved one, mom, dad, sister, brother, whoever it is that just lost their lives over there. We can all feel it, even as students. We don't get into politics. We just live our lives, do our schoolwork, and enjoy life. And all of a sudden that happened. It was a gloomy day for the rest of the day. It was really quiet, at that time in high school, like we have a lot of fun, especially during lunchtime. We get to gather up or eat and just have fun. And everybody's sort of like very quiet that day because we know something's going to happen. We all want to know the truth. And, the day ended, go home, and then we start to get more facts in, maybe. And even at that time, not getting into politics or anything like that, because I do not care about politics. And at that time, I was a little bit anti-gun too. Like go figure. I live in California at that time, and California are hugely very anti-gun and stuff like that. Slowly, like we get our facts in, but thankfully, at that time, the internet is starting to get really popular, and you start to try to find the answer from the internet because the mainstream media, along with our government, is not giving us the answer we need. So we sort of have to search it out, look for the answer. What the hell happened there? Who did it? And even at that time, I don't get into politics, but I have a feeling that whatever the government is feeding us is not real, it's not true. Well, the event happened for real, but what they're feeding us, like who did the attacks, how it happened, it's very sketchy. Even for me, even for a liberal kid who just don't care about politics. So even for me, it's very sketchy. I don't buy it for a kid who doesn't care about politics or any of that. I didn't buy it, so I searched out for answer, and to this day, we still don't have a straight answer because competent government who think they know everything, they might not know everything about what happened during that day. So they just gonna throw random stuff out and see what sticks and see if we believe it or not. But that's why I don't have a lot of trust since that day on our government because of how much they lied to us over the past years, even back then. So today is a day that I will never forget for the rest of my life. I saw those images. I was there on that day. Not physically there in New York, but yes. So we cannot depend on our government because over and over again, constantly lie to us and hide the facts from us. Even if they know it, they won't let us know it. And if they don't know any facts, they'll just make it up. That's why we have to do our own research. Never trust anybody. Do your own research. People always said this. You might heard this from anywhere. Do your own research. The mainstream media would never tell you this. To do your own research. They never tell you that. All they tell you is to trust them, because they're a multi-billion-dollar corporate news. You need to trust them. Do not do that. So that was an eye-opening for me during that time. And after that, I was sort of getting into politics for a little bit. Not like entirely like, advocate for a certain candidate or anything like that. It's just that I get more into politics. I do research. I watch documentary and all the stuff. And, that's how this kind of channel is born. Because, I love getting into, you can say politics. But this is a Second Amendment channel, okay? But it's sort of the same thing, like speaking in front of camera, telling people the truth, what's happening, and do my research, things like that. Okay, so let's fast forward to today. Well, exactly. No, in 2024, let's go there. In 2024, there's a lot of things happening in 2024. That's why I didn't upload any video because personally, I have to deal with a lot of things in my family. Mom diagnosed with cancer. Dad passed away at the end of the year due to a car crash. If you talk to a liberal, they'll tell you, a shooting occurred more than anything else, but that's not true. I fear for my life every time, I drive, and there's just so many crazy people out there in the street. Yeah. I mean, if you drive a lot, you know what I'm talking about, just daily commute to work or to anywhere. You encounter those people who are willing to put their lives at risk, who are willing to put your life at risk because they're 5 minutes late to their massage. So be careful every time you get in the car. Always prepare physically and spiritually. Every day you wake up, you should be asking God for forgiveness, just in case you don't make it by the end of the day, because you never know when life just go just like that. So in 2024, I have to deal with a lot of things. And in 2025, the first quarter of the year, my Dog passed away. Well, it's not actually my dog; it's my sister's dog. But I took care of the that dog now and then. It's I get attached to her. Tifa, super cute, the sweetest dog you ever meet. Uh, a mix between border collie and corgi. Very cute. Also, in 2024, there's a multiple Trump assassination, which I mean, it's a rough year for me. It's a rough year. Multiple Trump assassination. I want to make a video on it, but at the same time, I have to deal with my mom's cancer, and then later on, my dad passed away. I mean, it just all sort of things happening all at once. It's one of those things in life where you gotta take care of your family first. And by the way, this channel, at first I was like, hey, maybe I could take this channel somewhere, perhaps make some money. But over time, I was like, nah, I don't want to make money like this because this is a YouTube platform, Google. They're very anti-gun, anti-God, anti-everything, anti-freedom. That's why there's so much censorship here on YouTube. A lot of my video got removed, got strike for just silly reason, like just words that they don't like, they don't want to hear, or products they don't want to see, as if you censor this product, therefore it doesn't exist. That's what the liberal mind think. Just if you don't like something, censor them, kill it, right? That's what they did. They tried to do it to Trump multiple times, mind you, multiple times, not just once. But if you watch the mainstream news, they'll tell you, the liberal just attempt Trump assassination for just one time. But in 2024, they tried to get him multiple times. Thankfully, they didn't succeed. And from there on, Trump's very cautious of where he go, who he met. Okay, fast forward today, and actually, yesterday, something big happened. The assassination of Charlie Kirk. Now, I do not know Charlie. Well, I kind of know him from videos, not like personally. I wish I know him personally because, I like to have a friend like that. A friend who just view the world with facts and not feelings. It's hard these days to have those kind of people anymore. It's always feelings, feeling this, feeling that, but not a lot of people have facts on their side. Charlie Kirk is kind of like one of those people who always have facts on his side. That's why nobody was able to have an argument with him successfully, because these people, this college educated kid that he visit many university and college, they don't have a coherent argument. It's always feeling first. Never mind the facts. It's always a feeling first. And Kirk kind of put them in their place. You don't have a lot of those kind of people around, so he's a very coherent person, unlike me. Sometimes, I'm a bumbling idiot, as you can tell from my video already. And I hope to learn, how to be more coherent. I wish I have like a tenth of Charlie's Kirk, how smart it is. I wish I was a tenth of his level. So why does this keep on happening? The terrorist attack, well, we can understand that not every nation like America. In fact, maybe half of the world hated American. That's why it happens. That's a terrorist attack. But what if American is killing American? It has come to that point. Yes, we have terrorist attack within our nation. who care about what happened in Ukraine, who care about what happened in Israel. The terrorists are here in the United States. Multiple attempts. I don't think this is going to stop anytime soon. I hope this doesn't discourage anyone from speaking the truth. That's why I'm back here, speaking the truth of what's going on in this nation, where we're at, and where we're going to go from here. Where we're going to go from here, I do not know. But where we're at, we're at that thin red line that the left has crossed multiple times. They cross a red line when they attempt to assassinate Trump. Imagine if they're successful with that attempt. We can no longer argue with the left. You see what happened. They no longer have the mindset to have a man-to-man argument. They always result to violence. We can see that. But also remember who instigate these violence. You look at mainstream media over and over again, even when after Charlie Kirk passed away, they constantly labeling him some sort of Nazi, another no term for YouTube, but I don't care. I don't live on YouTube. I don't get paid on YouTube, although I could turn on my monetization, but I choose not to because I don't want dirty money from YouTube. I want to earn my money the honest way from a good company, not someone from YouTube. So anyway, even after death, his mainstream media constantly calling him, well, they didn't say exactly, but the wordings such as, this guy committed hate speech. And over again, if you watch mainstream media, CNN, ABC, when they say hate speech, they often link to some sort of Nazi stuff. So even after his death, which they have a part in, for sure they have a part in all this mainstream media news, they constantly label the right some sort of Nazi, some sort of bigots, or all these buzzwords that they could, because they can no longer coherently debate in a fair match. So they resort to violence. And that violence always starts with words that the left constantly label the right. Now, I don't consider myself the right or the left. I'm more like the center. I want to be based on facts, not on feelings. But if you were to ask leftists, they probably label me right wings or some sort of wings, chicken wings, whatever wings they want to label me. I don't care. I'm afraid that things like this, what happened to Charlie Kirk and Donald Trump, is continuing to happen. The conservative has to do something about this. There are hundreds of videos of the leftists celebrating during the Trump assassination as well as Charlie Kirk after he died. Yes, I understand First Amendment. You say whatever you want, but imagine if one of the people you know or your loved one passed away and someone just walked by your grave and just laugh at it, laugh at it. How would you feel about that? Now, I don't know a lot about Charlie Kirk. but I'm constantly seeing like video clips from the content creator that I subscribe to, and like uh, obviously Charlie Kirk demographic is not me. I'm a millennial. He's more into the again the current Gen Z, Gen Alpha, because he want to wake those people up to what is happening in society right now with truth and facts. If you watch this video, go to his video, Charlie Kirk, and search him up. Subscribe to his channel and rewatch his video. You'll see what I mean. It's a great loss to this nation for a man like this. He's a thinker for sure. He's a thinker, very coherent thinker, master of debate. You can say that because obviously one man just sitting in his podium debating with as many people as possible to give them the truth and just show the world like this is how you do it. You debate a person, the words, but it had come to that place where you can no longer debate with this extreme leftist. I'm glad that I'm not popular like Charlie because, I'll have a price on my head for sure. Other content creator who are currently doing the same as Charlie Kirk, they cancel the events and all the stuff. Cancel all the college events that they're going to go to, and they're going to talk to all these college kids because of what happened yesterday. It's very sad. Prayer to the family, and may God have mercy on his soul. I'm sure a man like that will have a spot in heaven. But it's up to God. It's not up to me. Now, is Charlie Kirk somebody I idolize? Well, I don't idolize anybody. Nobody in this world is worth idolizing except one person. That is God. But I honor him. I respected him because of his work. I've seen his work so many times. Although I didn't subscribe to him, but again, I'm not his demographic. That's why it doesn't appeal to me. But I'm constantly seeing his clips for many years, many years. And I like it. I like what he's doing. So like what a philosopher would do. Go talk to people. But instead of just theorizing stuff, he hit people with facts. And somebody like that is very rare to see these days because he appealed to a lot of younger audience. And there's not a lot of those kind of figure around. And any kind of figure like that has been criticized, has been, attacked physically, mentally. You look up all these content creator who try to just have a proper argument with the leftists. It always end in disaster when the left always react with violence. Majority of time, not all the time. Majority of time. It's hard to. This video is long enough, but even today I'm still waiting patiently for the facts to come in of what happened to Charlie. I've seen the images. I've seen the video, the close-up video. of him getting one in the neck is something I don't want to watch over and over again. For me, one time is enough. I don't want to watch it over and over again. What I've seen from the society now is that there's a lot of censorship. So a lot of people don't know how it feels like. I think all the social media, mainstream media should not never censor this kind of images, this kind of video, just to let people see how horrific it is when people resort to violence. You should never censor this kind of events because you just desensitize everything. All you see is a blurry image, a blurry video. You don't know what's going on. You just see a pixel just tilted a little bit and that's it. That's where they cut it off, or they don't even show that picture anymore. You just show a couple seconds before he got shot and then they cut it out. It's very desensitizing. It desensitizes people from the truth. They need to see everything, what happened to him. The man just wanted to debate. He's willing to debate anybody. Doesn't matter who you are, what color you are. He just wanted to debate with you. He doesn't want to fight. He just want to talk to you. Just like me. I just want to talk to you through my channel, through the small platform that I have. I want to get to as many people as possible, but with my small platform, it's probably get nowhere. And I don't care. If it wakes up just one person, that's fine with me. I've done my job. I've done my job here on Earth to get people to the right place and not fall into this trap set up by the mainstream media, set up by the enemy of Americans. This kind of images and video, it gets to you, you know. You didn't think it was a big deal until you saw it. And when I saw it, before I saw it, I didn't get as mad. But after I saw it, I get kind of angry. I get kind of angry at these leftists. Get angry at the mainstream media. Get angry at these politicians who constantly pushing for violence through the word by labeling anyone they don't like. It's very sad to see. I don't know about you, but what ought to come in the future of this country, I suggest that you strap up, get strapped, stay strapped, help whoever in need. And recently, there's also one of the fatal stabbing on the train. This young Ukrainian woman minding her own business, just walk inside train, just sat down in front of this black guy. Yes, I said it. Black guy, black homeless guy. Because that's the way you should describe somebody. He's black, he's homeless. But the mainstream media don't want to say it. 99.9% of the time, they won't even say the race of this person because it's not their narrative to push this kind of story. And she just get on a train. She's a Ukrainian refugee, came here to United States to escape what happened in Ukraine currently. And she just mind her own business, sit in the front row with her phone on, just mind her own business. And all of a sudden, this homeless guy took out his pocket knife and poked her twice in the neck, I believe. And at that time, she didn't even know what's going on. She just looked at that guy with horror. Well, I didn't get as mad, but when I find out, because this kind of thing happen all the time, deranged people. But what I find out is that this guy has been released over and over, more than 10 times, on multiple felony charges. They continue to release this guy out on the street. With no repercussions. How can you release somebody like this so many times without bail or anything? This is what happened when you get corrupt politicians. This is why people lost trust in the government, especially the liberal government, the Democrats. There are some right-up Republicans too, and I admit that. But majority of crimes committed are largely in a democratic state, democratic cities. They continue to release this criminal over and over again. They continue to release illegal immigrants into our country with no vetting whatsoever. And a lot of terrorists have gone inside our country. We might not escape another 9/11 because there's so much terrorists in this country. It's so much. During the last 10 years with Obama, Biden, well, Trump tried to put everybody away, but then Biden got elected and back to the corrupt system that was. It just let everybody flood into the country. That's why, stay strapped. Don't trust anybody. When you walk into the street, don't trust anybody. Be aware of your surroundings. Be aware of who's walking towards you, who's behind you. Especially be aware of the youth of today. The very violence. You can see for yourself. Majority of the crime committed in this country are by youth. This is a people's problem. This is the failure of a school who took God out of school and they implement every other religion in school beside Christians. They took God out, and this is what happened to a country. This is what happened when we are godless. I don't know what to say anymore. It just strap up, be aware of surrounding, expect the worst to come. You should get angry. I'm angry. Let's see what happens next. But stay vigilant. We're at a very bad times. More things gonna continue to happen if nobody does anything about it. We can't trust the government completely. They've been so corrupt for so long, especially the Alphabet Agency. We don't know who to trust. I don't know who to trust. Except God. That's the only person that I trust. That's the only person that can save you. It's not too late. You might not be able to prepare physically, but you can prepare spiritually. It's not too late. Seek God and be at peace. That's all I can say. I'll see you on the next video.